Hello beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and we're going to be looking at relationships for your day of magic. Now, it has been very obvious that Spirit wants to concentrate on the relationships that you are having with yourself and others this week. Very importantly, preparing you for, I don't know, the upcoming months, to step in a more understanding and willing way to perceive. Okay? So I'm going to be pulling cards from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. Oh, on the ground it went. We have guilt. And victim. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look here. Most definitely things that can be sensed, especially when you're in relationships with other people, because you can control your energy. You can take care of how you do things. I mean, you're much more in control of who you are than the people around you and what they're doing. So it's important to take a look at these things. Okay. So let's read these. I don't read these very often, but let's read the story behind this card. It says Apricot is her name, is truly a saint. She sets aside her own needs and happiness to help others, even allowing freeloading friends to get involved in her business. One day her latest business partner announces that she wants to dissolve their company and split the profits. Apricot stands up to her. The company is hers, and she did all the work, while the so-called partner did nothing. Now she will only give from her excess, not from her reserve. Do not do for others what they need to do for themselves. Speak truth from your heart. Honesty is freedom. Any guilt is fear of being disliked. Am I giving away too much time and energy and resenting it? Is my anger really guilt? Self-care, burdened by obligations, enabling others, and finding your personal power. And the key words are awareness, awakening, release. The meditation they want to give to you is, imagine chains holding you down. As you relax, the links weaken one by one. See and hear each one fall to the ground. With each thud, see a chunk of fear and guilt fall away. When you are free, get up and walk into a glowing apricot light. What happens then? So these are definitely relationships. If even people may be taking advantage of you, things that you feel guilty because you do the work, but then people make you feel like you didn't give them enough or do enough for them. I've had this happen too, even on this channel, where I do readings twice a day, edit, put a lot of care and love into them. But every once in a while, you get the stranger who comes in, not my regulars, not any of you. But they come in and they say stuff like, well, oh, you should do this and you should do that, and I don't like this and I don't like that. And being a giver, I would like to please everybody. And I would sometimes let that guilt, like, oh, well, you know, they criticize and maybe I could give more. At one point, you have to really take care of yourself and let these people fall away, okay? You don't need to give in to that. You can stand up for yourself and you can walk away. So this is definitely talking about those kind of relationships. You will start seeing magic happen when you start defending yourself, when you let those chains of restrictions stop holding you down. The next one we have is victim. So let's take a look at that one. This one says, Green Acorn is asked to star in a fable by Kelly the Green Dragon. He was promised top billing, but in the end he says his best work never made the final edit. Now he doesn't even have a speaking part. He feels betrayed by Dragon, but Green Acorn is not resentful. Being in the fable landed him a job on display at a museum. He insists he is content, but we can see denial in the underlying anger. The inspiration as the green acorn indicates that being in denial may be holding you back. To move forward, you must make an honest assessment of your situation. Personal inquiry. Are my actions connected to my inability to create breakthroughs? Am I willing to make new choices in order to grow? Key ideas. Feeling blocked, blaming others, past resentment, deluding yourself, potential for greatness. And the key word is growth, breakthrough, and empowerment. See how empowerment keeps coming back in here, Pisces? Letting you know that you need to take control of how you are reacting to what people are saying or doing to you. Okay? You can be grateful. You can say, okay, it didn't work out. I didn't get what I wanted. But you don't need to stay stuck in that energy. You can say, I've learned, and now I'm going to go in a different direction. Okay? You can be grateful, say thank you for the opportunity. However, it wasn't what I expected. I didn't like it much. I wanted more. So I'm going to go out and get more. Get more. Empower yourself to get more. It's okay to be dissatisfied, and it's okay to be angry. Sometimes anger is a great propellant that makes us go and strive for other things. Just don't get stuck in that emotion. Guilt and anger, victimhood are all low-vibing energies. And usually from us reacting to what's happening in our environment, from the environment or from what other people are bringing in. Okay? So a lot of talk about the magic of the relationships that you're in. Now, we all wish we had perfect relationships where people were kind and never took advantage, but it's not always this way. Mushroom. Interesting. It didn't come out, so I'm not going to take it out, but there you go. Okay, so what I'm seeing from mushrooms is that mushrooms connect us all, okay? But for a lot of people, they're mold. I think they're considered a mold, and mold is not always a good thing. Or at least it can be perceived as good or bad. But it's definitely good. It has its place, and its place is to make us see what's toxic and how that can be used to move us forward, okay? It's a fungus, I'm sorry. And it grows in very damp, dark places. Okay. Again, there is no you, there is just us. We are all connected, but again, this didn't come out, so... Alright, this one did. Okay. Great. Okay, so this is the first card, the Morgan's Tarot, but it's also transmutation through union of opposites. Okay, and you see the threads are going this way and they're going this way. One is up, one is down, showing that as I said, it depends on how you see it. Okay? The magic of all of this, of the relationships and everything that make you go through, is to know what... And I don't want to use the word boundaries, but it's more to let you know, this is what I want, and I know that I don't want that. It's to be able to practice letting people know what is acceptable and what isn't in our lives. It's to give us the courage to defend ourselves, to give us the courage to give ourselves, I guess, to make ourselves matter in our lives. If you decide to be just a carpet that people keep stepping on constantly, that's all you'll ever get. Because people will get used to knowing that they can do that to you. If you're somebody who can do it in love and understanding, but still tell them, that's not acceptable to me, you are going to attract people who give you love and respect. Okay? So they're telling you work on your relationship. And you're going to start seeing the magic happen by giving you the opposite of what you need, transmutation through union of opposites, of being too much of one and too much of the other. It doesn't bring in balance. You need to bring in the balance. Okay? By being too nice, people step all over you. By being too mean, people they don't step all over you, they stay away from you. So it has to be a cooperation of sorts, to still be kind and loving while not letting people take advantage of you. Okay? I hope I'm bringing that I'm bringing that out. Because each on their own, they're a triangle. But when you put them together, they make a beautiful star. And usually a pentacle like this, it's abundance. Okay? Negative thoughts, negative energies, letting them come in. And it was hidden underneath as well after it flipped. Underlying negative thoughts, negative energies, there we go. Releasing yourself, okay? Releasing yourself from those boundaries and those, the devil, the restrictions, okay? You have to free yourself from these cycles of guilt, of frustration. Why didn't you use me more in your play? Why did you completely cut out my part? Don't be so nice. You don't need to be mean, but you don't need to hold in that anger too. You can say, I was hoping for so much more. I don't mind. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful to have been included, but it's kind of left me, lacking here. I don't like that feeling. It's okay to admit that. It's okay to tell people that. Okay? King of Swords. Came out yesterday as well. Very much somebody who is like above the crowd looking at things. And remember, we've had air energy. Okay, come in. Gemini. And it was a cold moon. It's the cold moon, actually. Is it the cold moon? It was yesterday, today, some places. So the cold moon's coming in, and when it brings that in, you have to be really clear with the way you're communicating, especially to relationships around you, okay? So I think they're giving some of you some ideas. You may be able to match these different things that were talked about to certain situations. It's to balance you out and give you new perspective on these things. Okay. So when Gemini winds start bringing in, Gemini winds, air, start bringing in this thing, you want to balance it out. You have the Gemini twins, to me the twins, there's the rambunctious one and the quiet one. Usually in my, there's one that's more energetic, one that's less. Even if they're identical to me, I feel that's the twins that I've ever met that were together, they were that kind, okay? And You have the Justice card here that's showing like that evenness, that balancing out of things. You have to be kind to other people. You have to take in their point of view. And I feel as Pisces here with these cards, they're saying that you're trying to be nice to people. But then things happen and it's almost like you put yourself on a back burner to try to understand people even more. And that's when things start to happen. You really have to take a step above and bring the balance of both, you know, the quiet and the exuberance, and put them in the middle. Balance them out. Have a different perspective on things. You are human. You're allowed to have feelings. You're allowed to feel that sometimes you're being taken advantage of. You can't ignore your intuitive feeling or your gut feeling about such things. And in order to have a real and truthful and long-lasting relationship, you have to make your communications clear. Okay? Okay. So you have the Page of Pentacles also bringing in the idea that you are building on something. Okay? It's not bad news, it's good news when you're when you work on these things. It's like a new project. It's like again, nurturing relationships, nurturing what you need to bring in, what you need to bring back to yourself. You become somebody worthy, loyal, somebody who gives useful advice, somebody who's truthful but still kind. Somebody who knows how to believe and defend themselves and point out things that don't feel right when they are. You're also giving other people a chance to explain themselves when you're not attacking them. Just letting them know how you feel. With sincerity. Okay? You can be angry, but it doesn't mean you need to speak out in anger. The anger you feel should propel you to, I need to say something. I need to mention something here because this is not making me feel good. Okay? We are Pisces. We are of the heart. We feel. Okay. So these things need to be celebrated. They need to be brought forward. You need to have fun. You also have the Queen of Cups. We've had the Three Queens. Like I said, it's all about receiving in the heart and then sharing with others. Trust me, this new way of communicating into your relationships with truth and kindness and love, but still truth. Truth is the word here. Don't bury or push things down to make yourself fit because you feel, and don't let yourself be feeling like the victim or feel guilt at things that are not your choice, your place to feel guilty for. You need to be okay and confident in what you say and how you feel. I hope that this has helped you. I wish I could go more into this for this one, because I feel that there's, individually, if I could speak to all of you, you would have different situations where how you felt, and maybe not being able to vocalize how you feel, but it's important. What I would suggest before I leave and Spirit's coming in is if you're in that kind of situation, write down what you would say to that person and then read it back to yourself and see how that feels. If you need to rewrite it 2 or 3 times, it's okay. And if you need to read it from the page to them, that's okay too. You can tell them, I took some time and wrote down my thoughts, and I wanted to share them with you. That's fine too. Sometimes it's the very best way. And you can be happy and proud with what you wrote. And the thought that you put behind them, the King of Swords. and that will help you out. Okay? All right, Pisces, I'll let you go. I'm going to be back with the Magician later on. That's the second card of the day. We're going to see how he can pack up your tools of everything that you need. Because if the Magician's here, it's because you have everything you need. All you need to do is put them in place and use them. Take care of yourself, and I will see you later.